Have you ever imagined mastering the art of seduction after turning 50? The game has changed, and many mature men often make basic mistakes that repel interesting women. The good news is that your experience works in your favor. I will share 52 proven strategies that work especially well for older men, transforming the way you relate to others and highlighting your unique qualities. Get ready to rediscover your natural attraction power. Mystery has always fascinated humans, especially in the realm of seduction. Picture a man who sparks natural curiosity without exerting excessive effort. This happens when you master the art of being intriguing without coming across as artificial or forced. Human complexity generates instant attraction. Women, especially after 50, value emotional depth far more than superficial displays of interest. Being mysterious doesn't mean being distant or cold. Rather, it means evoking genuine interest through your inner richness. Developing an aura of mystery requires subtlety and self-awareness. Mature men have an advantage in this area as they have accumulated experiences that naturally make them more interesting. The key is to reveal information strategically, creating layers of expectation. On social media and in personal interactions, cultivate a communication style that evokes curiosity. Avoid sharing your entire life. Keep some aspects reserved. Post content that suggests depth but doesn't give away all the details. This approach naturally stirs interest. Your personal story can be a great ally in this strategy. Share fragments that provoke questions, leave room for interpretation. A well-told anecdote, an enigmatic comment, or an interesting cultural reference can create an atmosphere of mystery that attracts attention. Communication doesn't have to be elaborate or forced. Simplicity combined with intentionality produces surprising results. A discreet smile, a sharp comment, a glance suggesting more than it reveals. These are powerful tools for stirring female curiosity. Remember, mystery doesn't mean manipulation, but rather strategic authenticity. Women appreciate men who demonstrate emotional complexity, reflective capacity, and depth of character. Your life experience is your greatest asset in this journey of reconnection and attraction. When we talk about duality and personality, we're delving into a fascinating concept that transcends simple definitions. Human complexity reveals itself through layers that make each individual truly unique and captivating. For mature men, this duality represents an extraordinary source of attraction. Imagine a man who is simultaneously strong and vulnerable, secure and sensitive, strategic and spontaneous. This combination evokes a natural magnetism that sparks deep interest. It's not about creating an artificial persona, but about revealing different authentic dimensions of your personality. Male vulnerability after 50 doesn't signify weakness. It shows emotional courage. Sharing personal experiences, admitting limitations, and demonstrating sensitivity are signs of maturity that captivate contemporary women. True strength lies in the ability to be transparent without losing your masculine essence. Men who master this art can balance different archetypes. A stringent executive can also be a caring father, and a daring adventurer can show profound, artistic sensitivity. These nuances create layers of interest that go far beyond physical appearance or social status. Developing this duality requires deep self-awareness. Reflect on your multiple facets, explore your less evident talents, and cultivate diverse interests. A man who plays the violin, practices extreme sports, and discusses philosophy will naturally be more attractive than someone who is one-dimensional. In social interactions, gradually reveal these layers. A conversation might start with a professional theme and smoothly shift to poetic reflections. This transition between different aspects of personality keeps the other person's interest piqued. The key lies in authenticity. Don't try to be something you're not, but allow yourself to expand your own limits. Women appreciate men who can surprise them, who deconstruct traditional expectations of masculinity. Your life journey is a rich terrain for exploring this duality. Each experience, each challenge overcome adds depth to your character. Be a storyteller of your own life, but do it with subtlety, provoking interest through strategically placed fragments of your journey. Unpredictability is a fascinating ingredient in the art of seduction, especially for mature men who excel in strategic communication. Being unexpected doesn't mean being chaotic or impulsive. Rather, it entails subtly surprising others through intelligent and well-calculated interactions. Imagine a conversation where you don't follow the traditional communication script. Instead of replying exactly as the other person expects, you add nuances that awaken curiosity. A slightly ironic comment, an unexpected cultural reference, a different timing in your response. These details keep interest alive. The true essence of the unexpected lies in the ability to balance predictability with moments of surprise. It's not about being unpredictable all the time, but rather creating strategic moments that break habitual interaction patterns. A mature man can do this with elegance and ease. In conversations, develop the ability to not be entirely linear. When someone tells a story, instead of simply agreeing, bring in a different angle or perspective that layers complexity. This movement generates empathy and genuine connection, as it shows you are truly present and interested. Smart humor is a powerful tool in this strategy. It's not about dry jokes or superficial behavior, but rather about insightful comments that reveal your unique ability to observe and interpret the world. A subtle irony or an unexpected pun can turn a mundane conversation into a memorable moment. On social media and in personal interactions, cultivate the art of maintaining a certain mystery. Don't reveal everything at once. Leave spaces between your statements. Create moments of anticipation. A reply that arrives at a different timing, a comment that suggests more than it explains. These are strategies that keep interest high. The key is subtlety and authenticity. Being unexpected doesn't mean being artificial or forced. It means having the confidence to present different layers of your personality, surprising without seeming calculated. A mature man can do this naturally, revealing his inner richness through intelligent and engaging interactions. Remember, well-executed unpredictability sparks curiosity, keeps the other person intrigued, and creates a communication dynamic that goes far beyond superficiality. Your life experience is your greatest ally in this strategic art of surprising. The art of provocative compliments represents a sophisticated territory in seduction for mature men. Unlike traditional approaches, the goal here isn't just to please, but to evoke a complex and intriguing emotional reaction. Complimenting intelligently means creating a connection that goes beyond superficial flattery. Imagine a comment that makes the woman question her own qualities, inciting her interest to know more about you. It's not about flattery, it's about strategic provocation that shows your keen perception and genuine interest. A provocative compliment carries layers of meaning. It can combine admiration with a hint of challenge, making the person feel simultaneously valued and intrigued. For instance, instead of just saying, "You're beautiful," you could say, "Your elegance seems to hide interesting stories that probably few know about." The key is a delicate balance between admiration and curiosity. Your goal is to create a movement of attraction where the other person feels challenged to reveal more of themselves, to prove that their layers are even more fascinating than you initially suggested. Smart humor can be a great ally in this strategy. A slightly ironic comment demonstrating your refined observational skills can be much more appealing than direct and predictable compliments. Subtlety is your greatest trump card. Timing and delivery are crucial. A provocative compliment whispered at the right moment with the correct intonation can be infinitely more powerful than an obvious declaration. Seduction happens in the details, in the subtext, in what goes unsaid. Mature women appreciate men who can surprise them intellectually. A compliment revealing that you've noticed nuances of her personality far beyond her physical appearance will always be more captivating. Remember, provoking doesn't mean offending. Intelligent provocation awakens curiosity, invites dialogue, and creates a dynamic of mutual interest where both feel challenged and valued. Nonverbal communication represents a fascinating universe in the art of seduction, especially for mature men who master body language with subtlety and intelligence. Every gesture, every subtle movement can communicate much more than 1,000 words, stirring instant interest and connection. Social psychology studies show that approximately 70% of human communication occurs through nonverbal signals. For men over 50, this skill becomes a powerful differential in attraction. The confidence conveyed through correct posture, a strategic glance, or a discreet smile can truly be transforming. Body awareness develops with practice and self-knowledge. A man who maintains precise eye contact without being invasive demonstrates security and genuine interest. The subtle lean of his body during a conversation, the positioning of his shoulders, the way he occupies space, all communicate his inner energy. Subtle gestures can create magnetic moments of connection. A gentle touch on the arm during a conversation, a smile that reaches the eyes first, a facial expression that reveals multiple emotional layers. These are details that fascinate and provoke female curiosity. Body posture speaks volumes about self-esteem and presence. Men who stand tall with relaxed shoulders and fluid movements convey an energy of natural confidence. It's not about rigidity, but about an elegance that comes from maturity and life experience. To develop this skill, I recommend practical mindfulness and body awareness exercises. Practice observing yourself in the mirror. Notice how your gestures communicate your internal emotions. Record yourself conversing to analyze your nonverbal language, identifying patterns that can be enhanced. Deep breathing and muscle relaxation are fundamental allies. When you are truly present in the moment, your body's energy becomes inherently attractive. Women perceive this authenticity, this ability to be completely available without seeming anxious or desperate. Nonverbal communication also involves listening skills, an attentive gaze, and empathetic expression. Bodily movements that demonstrate sincere interest are more powerful than any elaborate speech. Your ability to be truly present will make all the difference in your interactions. Master this subtle art and transform your capacity for seduction. Your body language can reveal layers of your complex personality, awakening a natural and irresistible magnetism. The element of surprise represents a powerful fuel to revitalize relationships and evoke genuine interest. Mature men need to understand that monotony is the true enemy of emotional connection. Breaking the routine doesn't mean making grand gestures. Rather, it means creating unexpected moments that generate memorable experiences. Little surprises can completely transform the dynamics of a relationship. Imagine preparing a themed dinner based on a journey your partner has always dreamed of taking, or organizing an experience that recalls shared emotional memories. The secret lies not in the financial value, but in the intentionality and the ability to surprise meaningfully. Some quick and efficient ideas can be easily implemented. Leaving loving notes in unexpected places, preparing a different breakfast, suggesting a surprise outing to a place that stirs special memories. These are simple strategies that renew emotional connection. The key lies in creativity and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. Couples who cultivate the element of surprise keep the flame of passion alive. Real-life stories show how little actions can provoke significant transformations. One woman reported that her husband, after 30 years of marriage, surprised her by learning to waltz so they could dance on her birthday. This gesture didn't cost much, but it generated a profound emotional reconnection. Surprise acts as a revivifying factor for intimacy. It breaks repetitive patterns, awakens curiosity, and renews mutual interest. It doesn't need to be something elaborate. Sometimes, an unexpected invitation to a different activity or a demonstration of affection outside the usual context can be extremely powerful. It's important to highlight that authenticity is fundamental. Surprises need to come from a genuine place of affection, not as a manipulative strategy. Women quickly sense when there is sincerity behind gestures. The true art lies in creating moments that represent your unique connection. Positive unpredictability keeps relationships dynamic and interesting. It represents a constant invitation to rediscover one another, eliminating the possibility of complacency. Every surprise tells a story, reaffirms commitment, and demonstrates that interest and care continue to thrive, regardless of the length of the relationship. Mature men have the advantage of experience to create truly meaningful surprises. Knowing your partner deeply allows you to develop gestures that genuinely touch her heart, naturally renewing the emotional connection in an inspiring way. Timing your responses reveals itself to be a sophisticated strategic tool in the art of seduction for mature men. It's not about manipulation, but about an intelligent approach that values mystery and awakens genuine interest. Instant availability doesn't always represent a positive factor in attraction dynamics. Psychologically, the anticipation created by not responding immediately heightens female curiosity. When you're not always accessible, it creates a field of interest where the other person starts to imagine your life, your commitments, and your mysterious engagements. This mental construction enhances your attractiveness in a natural and subtle way. Mastering timing in conversations means understanding that each interaction has its own rhythm. Not responding immediately doesn't indicate disinterest. It demonstrates that you have a rich and dynamic life. A calculated response arriving at an opportune moment carries more emotional weight than dozens of hasty and vacuous messages. Details are essential in this strategic communication. A delay of a few hours can create intriguing anticipation. Your response should be qualified and interesting, making the other person feel the wait was worthwhile. It's not about creating emotional games, but about keeping the flame of curiosity alive. Maturity allows for the development of this skill with elegance. Men over 50 have come to understand that seduction often occurs more in the mind than through explicit gestures. A well-crafted message, sent at the right time, can be infinitely more powerful than a direct and predictable approach. It also means demonstrating that you don't rely exclusively on the other's approval. Your emotional independence reveals itself in your ability to respond without anxiety, with calmness and confidence. Contemporary women deeply value this trait of masculine maturity. It's important to emphasize that this strategy doesn't work as an absolute rule. Sensitivity to perceive the right moment to respond, to maintain contact, or to give space is fundamental. Each interaction has its singularities, and only experience and intuition can guide these delicate nuances of communication. The key lies in balancing interest and mystery, availability and independence. Your goal isn't to create distance, but to awaken a genuine connection where both feel valued and intrigued. We have now reached a crucial moment to consolidate everything shared about seduction strategies for mature men. The 52 techniques presented are not only a guide, but a true revolution in the way of connecting emotionally. Each strategy, from mystery to nonverbal communication, forms a complex mosaic of authentic attraction. I invite you to transform these insights into real action by gradually experimenting with each approach. Our free workshop will delve deeper into these lessons, offering support for your journey of reconnection and personal magnetism. Sign up now and begin your transformation.